What are your thoughts on this Giants game? Is Saquon Barkley about the surest thing in fantasy football this week, Andy?
He's really sure. That's for sure, I guess. I mean, he has the potential to be the number one overall running back of the week. Absolutely. I mean, the way offenses have just been going through the Texans, yeah, he's set up for a monster game. I think it also could be a week that if you need a streamer at quarterback, you could go with Daniel Jones. A couple of good quarterbacks are on bye this week, Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. The only worry I have with Jones is you're going to have to get the rushing yardage from him because that's where his production usually comes from, and that may mostly go to Barkley. So that just keep that in mind if you're streaming Daniel Jones. The Giants defense would be a good play this week as well. At receiver, I mean, if you were really desperate, maybe you could take a flyer on Darius Slayton or Wan'Dale Robinson, maybe give them a whirl in daily fantasy or whatever. But at this point, I fully suspect that Barkley and the Giants defense will probably produce the best in fantasy for New York.
I know Dameon Pierce is a must play in fantasy, but do you think he can replicate at all what he did against the Eagles? How does the Eagles defense compare to the Giants defense?
Well, one of the top defensive linemen for Philadelphia was out. So I think with Dameon Pierce, he's capable of pretty much putting up big numbers on everyone. I definitely think he's going to have a good day because he has to pretty much for the Texans to have any chance of success. I mean, Philadelphia has, a better defense, obviously, than the Giants, but New York can be had on the ground.
It's going to be a close game, or do you think the Giants match up better than because the Eagles, that was closer than people thought, but they had a short week and some guys missing and stuff how do you see the Giants Texans?
Well, the Giants typically haven't been blowing teams out. I mean, they're obviously one of the NFL's, most pleasant surprises of the season, but they're not going out there and beating teams 37-0. That said, they're coming off a bye. The Texans have had a mini bye, but of course, the Giants are just simply the better team.
You're listening to Houston Sports Talk.